Hey guys, Lego27Bricks here, bringing you a video of my newest creation, that of a Game Boy Advance SP. And I decided to go with the color red mainly because I thought all the pieces I would need would be in red, which they were, and I didn't think any other color would necessarily have all the pieces I needed. And also, before you tell me, I know the actual red Game Boy Advance SP, if I actually had one, has dark gray buttons, something akin to this color right here. But I wanted to stick with round tiles, so I had to use light gray because these tiles don't come in dark gray. Now for a little bit of an overview of the Lego version. And it does need a stand to lean back to a point. These clips are kind of weak. Now I did include the L and R buttons, but there's no other details on the back here, and also you can see the screen on the other side, which is something that I really can't do anything about. And really the only other detail it has on the sides is the cartridge, mainly because on the actual console the switch and slides on it, like right here, the volume slide, they're in the middle, and I wouldn't be able to incorporate that into this creation without it ruining it, or at least in my opinion, so I decided not to. It can close, but not all the way. I'm pretty sure I could get it to close all the way, but it would make it really fragile, and I just don't want to do that. It's somewhat fragile enough as it is. And so, there's just a little overview. I'm just going to get rid of this, put that way over there. Now, I'm not going to break down all of the model, especially this A and B area, because that was really hard to construct, and I've had to redo it a couple times, and it's a really painstaking process. But speaking of A and B buttons, there's something I forgot to show up in the overview, but the buttons and D-pads are actually indented just like they are on the real console. This was fairly hard to incorporate, but I really think the look is worth it, and I hope you agree. And this joint area right here, I want to give a major thanks to Circone and Coral. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. You can look them up on Flickr. And they sent me some pieces like this one at the ends of the joints, which is really nice of them. There were also the people to suggest that piece would work here really well, which it did. I think it looks great, and it was much better than my idea of what piece to use. And so I guess I'll start talking about how this is made. Now I'm going to flip this upside downish. As you can see, the back here is just a multicolored mess, but if I had all the pieces in red, the back would be all red, so it doesn't really particularly matter since you probably won't really see the bottom, and I didn't want to waste any more red pieces because I was kind of running low on like 1x2 and 1x1 plates with this creation. And now I'm going to take off top part, which hopefully it doesn't become too destroyed while I try to take it off. Alright. Now I just need to remove that. Okay. Glad I didn't hit the camera there. And now there is one piece that isn't held in like at all, and it's this little 1x2 tile right here. And so it just kind of falls out. But that's okay, because odds are you won't really be holding it upside down much. So as you can see, it's just held in with some 1x1 bricks with stud on the side, or like a Technic pin here. And as you can see, the arch just kind of slots into this D-pad area here. And the D-pad, if you know your pieces well, you would see that the 1x1 tiles could not possibly be attached, but they actually are. I used a Lego brand sticker to attach them, which you can kind of see if I get really close. And some of you might consider that a little bit cheaper. I'm cheating by doing that, but I really don't think so, since it's a Lego brand sticker and I didn't have to cut it at all or anything. And this side, pretty much the same. Now, how I did this A and B button area with the little indent on the back, you can see a 1x4x3 panel, and inside that there's like various plates and stuff holding up this area, and then friction keeps it together. And I will confess there is a sticker between these cheese slopes and here. I didn't cut it or anything, I just folded it over. And the sticker isn't 100% necessary. It does work without the sticker, but I've had to redo it a couple of times, and I just thought a sticker would be more safe. And even without the sticker, you could have held it upside down, but I just really didn't want to risk having to redo this area again, so I decided to put in a sticker. Now, this joint area, if you look on my Flickr page, you can see how this attaches these two Technic connectors, this little top piece here. But the way it connects them doesn't allow me to put in a Technic pin to connect the two so that I could jam a bar in there. So I attached them, hold on, I'm going to put this back together, via 4mm pneumatic hose, which is a really, really awesome piece, because if you shove in a normal bar, which you can do with some effort, I'm not going to do it right now, and doing that makes it as wide as one of these top studs right here, so that way I could jam it in here while still having a bar. And you can also use pneumatic hose to be like a stud inverter, I guess is what you would call it. See, there's the pneumatic hose, there's some flex tube, which is the same width as a bar jammed in there. You can see just this little round 1x1 tile is stuck to it fairly well. You know, I can hold it without it falling off. And so you could also put another thing on it. Now granted, you'd have to cut it much smaller, but this is just a proof of concept thing. And this is like probably my favorite Lego piece just because of its strange attributes, and it's really fun to mess around with. And now I'm just going to kind of put the console back together, and that'll probably be it. Oops. And there you have it, a Lego Game Boy Advance SP. Oh my lord, not again. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a positive or negative comment, or leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down to know how I did. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.